Hey, it's your old pal Jon Colston here for Guitarinstruct.com. Good to see you. Glad you could stop by. Today we're going to do a lesson called Scale This Way. And when we learn scales, a lot of times we just do it with our first finger, blah, 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 and play it. But the problem is we've got other fingers. And so if you can grasp this concept, it'll really open up the fingerboard, because we're going to do it A major and minor, but we're going to do it with first finger, and then we're going to start with our second finger, and then we're going to start with our pinky. And I think you'll get some benefit out of that. But before we get started, if you'd take a moment to smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to be alerted to when we're producing new content here on the channel. And with that being said, let's dig in. All right, before we get started, I just want to take a moment to let everybody know what happened, because we were down for 2 weeks. I had a major hard drive failure, and I lost quite a bit of data, but I was able to save some of it, and I had backups in other places, and I've had to piecemeal it all together. So we're back, and we'll be back on a regular schedule, making 2 videos a week. Let's dig in with this concept. So when I learned my first G major scale, I learned it in one position. You're going to be in second position, and you're going to play, and you kind of keep your hands in one area. And that's fine, but then we got into learning 3 notes per string, then it became that, but we kept going on down. And then the other option is, well, if I can do it with this finger and I can do it with this finger, what if I did it with my pinky? So with A, we'll really see it open up. So let's take a look at those 3 patterns. We'll do them as 1 octaves, and then we'll go back and do them as 2 octaves, and then we'll come back. All right, so let's go through each one of these patterns. I think that you will find they're pretty cool. So the first one I want to start with is the A major, and I'm going to start it with my second finger, because that's the way they kind of impart on us to learn without staying in one position. So we're going to start here with A major, and I'm going to start with the second finger playing this pattern, and then we'll build on from there. All right, so here is A major, root with the second finger. Let's do that again. If you want, you can walk it back down. All right, now let's do the same scale, but this time we're going to do the root with our first finger. Now, so it's going to open up our stretch a little bit. Here it is again, slow. And you can walk this one back down too. And then the last one is to slide down and use our pinky. And so this one's going to give us a shape like, you're going to have a stretch. So watch how my hand opens up. Here it is again. Be sure to follow on the tab. And you can walk this one back down if you want. Now let's go back and do these as 2 octave patterns. Now let's do this as a 2 octave pattern. It'll look something like this, starting with the root with the second finger. Again. You can walk this one down and back. Now let's do it with the first finger, and here's our 2-octave pattern. You can walk it back down. And then our last one for the majors, root with the pinky, and this is the 2-octave version of that one. Big stretches. Walk it back down too. Walk this one back down. All right, now we're back, and so this time we're going to do the minors. This time the pattern's going to go first finger first, and then the second finger, and then the pinky. And we're going to play those patterns as 1 octave and 2 octaves. So let's take a close-up at those. Okay, now we're back with the minors. And so this time we're going to take and play these. This time I'm going to start with the root on the first finger, and I think you'll see the same benefit. So this time I'm just going to go first finger, second finger, and fourth finger. But we're doing minor scales. All right, so here's our first pattern. A minor, root with the first finger. Again. You can walk it back down too. Now we're going to shift to our second finger, and our pattern's going to flow like this. A little bit of stretch. Walk it back down as well. And then we're going to shift down to the pinky, and I really like this pattern. So walk it back down. Now we're going to start with our pattern again. This time we're going to do 2 octaves, root on with the first finger. All right, and so we're going to walk it down and back. A little bit of stretch, adjust. All right, and then we're going to shift now to second finger root, and our pattern will look like this for 2 octaves. lock it back down. And then our last one for today is the minor scale with the pinky, and this is how it goes, locking it down. Coming back down. All right, that's going to do it, guys. We're here at the end, and I just want to point something out. When we were playing those patterns, like an A major, we played all the way to the 10th fret here on this one, and then we went all the way down to the 2nd fret. So we've covered an 8-fret range today with one scale. We just played it all over the place. So if that doesn't open up the fingerboard, I don't know what will. But use these with whatever scale you're learning. It could be just a different key. You could be working on the key of D, or you could be working on the key of E, whatever. Use this kind of concept into learning your scale. Also, another thing to think about is, mix it up. Maybe if you've learned the key of A, what can you manipulate in that pattern to change it to D, or to change it to G, or to change it to whatever. So that's something else to think about. We may do a lesson on that later on down the road. But before we get out of here, don't forget to get the tablature as it states above. The link is in the description below. And if you haven't yet, please smash that subscribe button and ring the bell so you're alerted to when we're producing new content here on the channel. And with that being said, I'll see you back here later on in the week.